Welcome back to the Grand Slam channel. Today is Monday, November 24th. Hope you all had a great weekend. Overall, it was a great, profitable weekend. Hopefully, we can continue this first day of the week. We got Monday Night Football, 49ers versus Panthers, and then we got a 10-game slate for NBA. But let's get started with NFL first with a couple props that I do like. Obviously, if you follow me, I do not like primetime games. So I'm just gonna go with a couple props today. So first one I will be going, we're gonna go straight to passing yards, and I do like both QBs today. As far as the regular lines, most likely I'm gonna be sticking to their gobbies. Brock Purdy 199.5, and then for Bryce Young, 169 is it. His regular line at 204 has been bumped twice since it's been posted. Had a career game against the Falcons. Obviously, he's going to regress from that, especially against the 49ers. But the 49ers are not at full strength. So that should give Bryce Young at least a 200-yard game in this one. I see him throwing about 185 to 200. But I'll be taking his second-ranked Gobby. He has a 149, 159. Highest I'm going to go with is probably 169. Then we're going to head on over to receptions, where two of my favorite props are there. And that is Juwan Jennings. You can take the 3.5 or the 2.5. 3.5 is obviously a higher paying out Gabi. But for Juwan, 2.5 is it. He averaged 4 a game. And then next one is Christian McCaffrey. You can get him at 4.5 or 3.5. This is probably the freest square you can get for the NFL slate today. The 3.5 is solid. Obviously, Christian McCaffrey, he averaged 6 a game. So I'll be taking Christian McCaffrey. Obviously, there's other options for him. You can take his rushing yards, receiving yards, or his rushing receiving yards. But I do like his receptions here at 3.5. And those are probably the 4 I'm going to roll with. There's one more I like to mention, and that is a rushing yards. We'll go with the backup running back, Chuba Hubbard. 14.5, that's too of a low of a line. He averages 20, several carries throughout the game. Obviously, Rico is a starting running back. But Chuba sometimes gets in there. So as you can see, he averages about 20 yards, several carries a game. So I like this spot for him. Regular line is fine, but you can get him at 9.5. But regular line is fine at 14.5. I think he ends up with 25 to 30 yards. And that's it for the NFL slate. I'm going to go light, not too high on primetime games. But let's head on over to NBA. A 10-game slate today. A lot of props I like. Just got news. RJ Barrett just got ruled out. So, first prop we're going to target is Scotty Barnes. And his props are going to get bumped closer to game time. But take them now with the news of Scotty Barnes. Probably going to go with this PRA or fantasy score. Both in play. You can obviously take his rebounds and assists. And with the news of RJ Barrett, they just took off his regular line, which was at 12.5, and they took it off. So you can take the highest paying out Gabi here, 11.5. Fantasy score, PRA. I mean, any of these props, but you got to have Scotty Barnes today. We'll just stick with this high end paying out Gabi. If you want to go with the regular line, 33, I expect that to get bumped to 33.5. Same thing with this fantasy score. Both are in play. But if you're taking any Gobbies, 11.5, take the highest paying out Gabi. Next up, we're going to go with is Duncan Robinson. As you can see, he is the #1 popular play. But for points, I'm going to go with this PRA here. 12.5, 11.5, that's free. 9.5, that's a free square right there. I mean, he's averaging close to 20. Last 5, 21.80. Going against Indiana, high fast pace. He had 19 PRA. He's going to be somewhere in his average, but 9.5, that's as free as you can get. It's a big reason why it's 16.5. Demon, 27,000 people are on it. They do not have a regular line. But if you want, you can take the highest paying out Gabi here at 12.5. You can pair it up with Scotty Barnes, and look at that. 2x right there. That is solid as it can get. Next up we're going to go with is Cade Cunningham. Unfortunately, another popular play, but I would not be taking his rebounds here. Rebounds and assists is in play, and most likely his assist is what I'll be taking. As soon as Price Picks loads up. But for Cade Cunningham, obviously he's been in a tear the past couple of weeks, and this is more of his game here against Indiana. Fast pace. But here, the high fast pace, assist, expect that to get bumped to 10. You can take the highest paying out Gabi, 8.5. I mean, that 3-man power pays at 2.75. That's solid. You get to 7.5. Either or are good options. Next up, we're going to go with Josh Giddey just got bumped to 19.5. So I'm going to fade that. We're going to go with Tobias Harris. Has coming back from injury. All 3 games he has cashed his PRA. His line is still low enough to take. So Tobias Harris is in play. Expect that to get bumped to 18.5. Regular line is fine, but I'll be taking obviously his Gobbies. 15, 16. Let's stick with the 16. I mean, look at this 4-man power here. Pays a 4x. Just on Gobbies alone. I mean, if you add 4 regular lines, obviously gives you a 10x. But 4x for 4 solid Gobbies, that's pretty good payout. But his regular line is doable here. Hopefully you guys get it at 17.5. I expect that to get bumped, to be honest. Look at that. It only pays a 4.5x with the regular line. So that all depends on your bankroll and what you're willing to risk. So Barnes, RJ Barrett's out. So Barnes should be on your list. Duncan Robinson, Cade Cunningham, Tobias Harris PRA, or Gabi PRA. Mathurin points, Gabi points is best. Duran could be in play, but I do like his points and rebounds. His 2 props here on the popular tab has been bumped. So I prefer his PR. Couple ones I like to mention. Full slate today, fellas. 10 games today. I do like for rebounds and assists. I don't know if it's rebounds and assists. There's 2 props that I do like. First one is Jabari Smith. He's been a cash cow for me. He's been one of those sneaky plays. Obviously, he gets overlooked by the stars in his team, Sengun and Durant. But Smith has been cashing me, and I've been taking his rebounds and assists. You got a solid one here at 7.5. Pair that up with one of the ones I mentioned, you can get easily 2x. But as you can see, he's been sneaky and against very, very good opponents. Here against Phoenix, easily I see him getting 10 RA here. So you can take the regular line 8.5. 7.5 if you're trying to build a bankroll. And then another one I like is Dennis Schroeder. He was my play of the day last night. Unfortunately, they bumped him already. His line was at 7.5. They took it off the board. So go with the 6.5 here. Obviously, they have Westbrook, but Dennis Schroeder is a first man up off the bench, and he's been averaging close to 28 to 30 minutes off the bench. We all know Sabonis is out, but Dennis Schroeder, don't overlook him. Rebounds and assists. If you can get him on other platforms, he should be at 7.5. Take it. But here in Price Picks, 6.5, definitely on my slip. You can pair it up with Jabari Smith, 7.5. That gives you a 2x. Easy 2x. So mix and match. Gave you plenty of good props. Obviously, I'm going to go heavily on NBA. It's been good to me this season. So mix and match. Pick your favorite. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Appreciate the support. And see you guys in the next one.